Hello, I hope you are well. This is going to be a reading vlog. I'm currently reading Mary Higgins Clark's Silent Night. I love Mary Higgins Clark's books. I think this might be my 5th novel from her, and this is set around Christmas time. It's about a woman drops her wallet, and in the wallet is a St. Christopher necklace, and her sons are going to visit their dad who's sick in the hospital, and then a woman picks up the purse and goes off with it. So one of the boys, who's 7, called Brian, he decides that he's going to chase after this woman, and he needs to get back the purse because he believes that St. Christopher is going to heal his father. So then he starts trying to chase her down, and he can't get hold of her, and he gets lost with her. Then her brother has escaped from prison. He has killed a prison guard, and so he's trying to get to his sister as well so that he can get her to help him in some way, and then the boy becomes entangled in this. I'm loving how with this book and all her books she shows it from different people's perspectives. So from the villain's side, and then the mum who's missing her child, and then the grandmother who's just found out her grandchild's missing, and then the woman whose brother has killed someone and she's worried for this little boy, and then the detective side. So many different, and then it's just some young reporter from his side. Adoring it so far. We are going pumpkin picking. I've never been to a pumpkin patch. I've never been to any of these kind of pumpkin events. I've always wanted to go, but I've never gone. And so today we're going to the Avon Valley. It's a wildlife park during the rest of the year, and then it shuts for winter, and it has a pumpkin patch. So I am so excited to go. Dom's just putting Bear in a little carrier because it said don't take prams. So he's going to be in a carrier, and I'm so excited. Much later, but I thought I would just come and tell you about my first pumpkin patch experience. I thought it was really cute. It was expensive, so for 2 adults and a 1-year-old child it was £17. Included in that is nothing. It's just looking around everything, and then you have to buy the pumpkins individually, and it was on size, and a lot of the pumpkins that were in the field were the £12.50 pumpkins, but there were ones that were £2. They were just tiny ones that had obviously been taken and weren't in the field anymore. You then went through this arch, and I loved it, that pumpkin arch all lit up. I thought it was gorgeous. Then there was a fun fair, there was drinks, food. So the pumpkins were quite pricey, I felt, and I didn't buy any pumpkins. I didn't buy anything. All we paid was the £17 to get in. Parking was free, which I thought was really, really good, and it was just a fun little cute day. I would probably say that 4+ is a good age for that kind of thing, because at 1 year old, he can't walk yet, they don't really know what's going on. I feel like at 4 they're sturdy on their feet, it's a muddy field, they can really enjoy it and pick out a pumpkin. I think charging for kids, because you have to pay for children, a lot of places you don't. So if you go to Bristol Aquarium, you don't have to pay for children, and I just don't understand charging for kids because they don't fully get it when they're young. Sorry, I still got a bit of a cough, if you know what I mean. But overall it was I'm glad we went. It was, oh my god, they're gonna be gagging. It was a cute day. I'm glad. Oh my god, I got I have finished Silent Night by Mary Higgins Clark. Absolutely adored it. Actually made me tearful at the end, and I don't normally get tearful with Mary Higgins Clark's books, but I loved it. I loved the different perspectives. I adored how she took traditional Christmas carols and wove them into the story. So someone would hear caroling and a line from that, or someone was at church and they'd hear a line and then they'd relate it into what was going on with them at the moment. Absolutely adored it. Fabulous, loved it, and I feel like this is one I'll reread every year because I just loved it so much. I now have started Just Between Friends by Rosie Dixon. It's alternate chapters between 2 women. They're pregnant, they meet at a baby group, and then somehow it's going to turn into a thriller. I'm 50 pages into it. It's very boring. It's very stilted. The way they talk to each other is all very bizarre, and it's just... Yeah, not really enjoying it. You know, a book's just bland. You're just like, the way they talk to each other is very bizarre. Also, everything just feels a bit done before within this book. Like, I've seen different things. Like, there's a TV show called Motherland in England, which is a comedy show. It's about being a mum. I feel like they've taken stuff from Motherland and that's been put into this. And it's just a bit blah. That's how I feel about this. But I am going to finish it. But it's... I have had my hair cut since the last time you saw me, and I have been given this tragic fringe, so we're just going to pop that out the way. I have finished Just Between Friends. Now, I have a lot of opinions on this book that aren't really in the book, and I might just give it its own book review, even though I feel maybe my opinions aren't like the most kind of in England politically correct opinions. So there is a gay couple, there's two gay couples, there's a lesbian couple and there's two gay men. And two gay men obviously can't have a baby by themselves, so they've paid for a surrogate who is a Ukrainian woman called Carol. So she's been sent over from the Ukraine before she's about to give birth. She's going to give birth and then they're going to send her back to the Ukraine, and it's kind of implied that the baby is Carol's baby, but she's not going to have any custody. She's just giving them the baby and it's going to be paid for, and she's got other kids and that's why she's having to do this, blah blah blah. It's never really gone into, and Carol can't speak good English. No one has a single conversation with her. One of the women says, can we join Carol onto the WhatsApp group, and the two men say like, no, we'll tell her any relevant information, she doesn't need to be a part of the group. And it's all like, that's really normal. And I know, like, people are going to say, oh, Hannah, don't be offensive. Like, commercial surrogacy's fine and this and that. Is it? I don't know. I just have different opinions, and I just feel, why isn't it even discussed? Like, in the book, one of them says, I can't imagine not being able to have, like, my own baby biologically and stuff like that. But the couple, it's two gay men who are having the baby. Of course they're going to have to use a woman to have a baby, like, of course. And I think it's very different if they use like their sister or their female best friend who maybe doesn't want another child herself but just loves being pregnant. That's completely different than paying a woman in a third world country to rent her womb. But to give up your own baby, and for the book to not even discuss it, that's your DNA, that baby. It's like you're in England, in the English press, they're not really allowed to talk about surrogacy because you're cruel or homophobic if you don't agree with commercial surrogacy. And I've got questions. I want to know, Carol, why is she doing it? Obviously for financial reasons. How does she feel about having a baby, leaving that biological child in England? And she's never going to see that biological baby again. How does she feel about that? What is her economic circumstances? Sometimes I feel like I wish I could bash myself in the brain and get rid of information, because some people who kind of are like, well, how else are they going to have a baby, Hannah? It's two gay men. They can't biologically have a baby on their own. So, of course they're going to need a woman. Like, don't be silly. And this woman's doing it. She's getting paid to do it, and that's it. And I wish I could be like that. Like, that's it. But I just feel like, is it right? Can we discuss it? Can we talk about it? No, we're not allowed. It's a no. It's a done issue. I wanted a story really from Carol's perspective, and no one even has a conversation with her. Not even one conversation. There's not even one conversation in the book with Carol, the surrogate. Because she's just, the couple, the gay couple who she's a surrogate for, they're in the book. They're very loved, beloved. The author has made sure you love them. They're great, the two gay guys. But their surrogate is just like this silent incubator in the corner. Anyway, just that's my thoughts on it. A little bit of a wreck. I just washed my hair and I let it dry naturally, and it's gone like a little bit wild. But I just finished a Fatal Feast. Absolutely loved it. All the books that are in this video, I'm going to do individual book reviews on, because I really want to go into depth on my thoughts on it. And then I might do some kind of wrap up as like little mini reviews. I don't know, I feel like this has been mini reviews within this. So the next book is what I chose for my Tay Book Club pick, and that is Hercule Poirot's Christmas by Agatha Christie. I chose it for November, but it's actually going to run on to December as well. So if you didn't know, I put this on Instagram. If you want to read it, read along, and then by the end of December, send me your review of it on Instagram and I will read it out in my book review video of it. I've just started it. They're on a train. There's this very glamorous woman, maybe a little bit of a romance blossoming as well between this man. Really enjoying it so far. And I wanted to choose one that was Christmassy, but also because I chose it for November, but I knew in November I wanted to read a Christmas book, and it was my birthday month. I'm 33 now, and so I wanted to choose one of my favourite authors to read, which is of course Agatha Christie, so that's why I chose that book. But I also have never seen any TV adaptations of this one. So I've watched a lot of the David Suchet TV adaptations, but I haven't seen this one. So I thought it'd be fun to give it a read. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to end it now because I feel like it's going to just run on. Because I'm just filming little clips of my life. I feel it's like a patchwork vlog, like a scrapbook. Oh, like a little scrapbook of my autumn and what I've got up to. Gonna end it here. Hope you've enjoyed this scrapbook thing. I hope you're doing something that you enjoy, finding a little bit of joy in the day. That's really what I've been trying to do, because I've been a little bit down with my postpartum hormones. I just like a little bit of joy in the day, like going to a park. Oh, you're right, gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to end it here. But just, I hope you're finding a little bit of joy in your day, whatever you're doing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon for another one.
Fell through the ground.